Ryan Propson. I'm a conservation warden lieutenant for the marine enforcement team with the DNR.
And for ice safety and conditions, what are you seeing in terms of ice formation currently on the lakes around here?
Yeah, I'm seeing 2 to 4 inches actually. I was just out checking with my son yesterday on a pond behind our house, and we had 3 behind our house.
How can people determine if the ice is safe to walk on or at least fish on?
Yeah, first thing is ice is never 100% safe. We're fortunate that we are getting cold weather right now with good clear ice forming. Take a look at the ice. If it looks like it has air pockets all over in it, if it's slushy, is there snow covered, you may go from good thick ice to really thin ice very quickly. Just take a look. You can also use a spud bar or something when you're walking to check it as you're going to make sure that it actually is as thick as it looks like.
And then what are the biggest dangers of venturing out on early season ice?
Yeah, right now is we're getting a quick cool down and ice is forming, but it's not going to be like that everywhere. You're getting a lot of warmth from ground that's still coming out. Ice might be 4 inches here and 1 inch here. Current can be a really big factor as well in causing the ice to form very unevenly. Additionally, with early ice, if you get an open spot, wind can have a really big impact because it can actually break up that ice, cause it to reform, and you get thin areas and thick areas. And you also cause like waves under the ice and actually cause the ice to kind of break up and be less strong than it appears to be.
And then what is the minimum ice thickness recommended for different activities?
Yeah, that's a really hard one to answer.
Yep.
Because it is so variable on the weather as well as, again, how good that ice is. Is it good clear ice? Did we get a snowfall and it kind of got honeycombed and it isn't as strong? So typically, at least 4 inches, I would say, if you're going to take even just walking out on it and be fishing, because it's going to give you a little bit of a buffer in case you got a spot that's 3. But the best thing you could do is always check with local individuals at like a bait shop. They're going to have a good idea on what other people are seeing out there. And if you're going to venture out, especially early season, really anytime, but especially early season, bring a life jacket with you. Bring a rope along in your ice fishing bucket in case something happens and you need to ask for some help to get out. Walk slow, check the ice as you're going. And just because you were there last year doesn't mean the ice is the same this year. Check before you go, talk to locals before you go. Go with a buddy, wear a life jacket, do what you can to make sure you stay safe.
Are there any safety tools or equipment you recommend people carry when going ice
Yeah,
fishing?
absolutely. Like I said, a life jacket is a great thing to bring along. You can use ice picks as well. Bring those along. They're got a little lanyard that can go right around your neck. In the event something happens, you got a pick that you can actually help get yourself out. Like I said, use a spud bar or some heavy piece of metal in order to check the ice as you're going and not just go. And take a look at what you're actually seeing. Follow the tracks of other people. Use things like that. Don't just venture off on your own and hope you're fine.
What should someone else do if they see someone else fall through the ice?
Yeah. First off, always remember if you fall through and you're trying to get out, or if you're trying to help someone else out, I'd look at how they got to where they were. If there's foot tracks, obviously they made it that far before they fell in, right? So make sure you don't put yourself in a worse situation. Don't rush. Take your time, think through it. Again, use a life jacket. Use a throw rope to actually throw something to that person instead of just running out there. If you do have to go out, lay yourself out on the ground. If you're helping someone on the ice, you're going to disperse your weight out more. And if you're the person in the water, stay calm. If you get paranoid and really freaked out, you're just bringing your whole anxiety up, and you're not going to be as effective as you can be. So same thing, if you got ice picks, use those to help get yourself out. Get your arms out on the water or on the ice, and you can actually use your body and kick your feet kind of like you're swimming, and actually kick yourself up and kind of almost swim yourself out as you're going. And the same thing, go back the way you came. If you're able to get yourself out, you're able to get that far to begin with.
Are there any penalties for accessing unsafe ice or violating fishing regulations?
And there's no penalties for going off on unsafe ice from our agency. Obviously, with fishing regulations, yes, we are getting into ice fishing season here, so quick reminders. Have your license, make sure that you're fishing for a species that's open right now, and check the regulations to make sure that you're keeping the right size, because some fish do have size limits.
And the DNR does not track ice thickness, correct?
That's correct. The DNR in Wisconsin does not track ice thickness. That's your best bet would be to, again, talk to the local bait shops. Additionally, in this area, keep in touch with information that's put out by the Coast Guard, because we do have ice breaking that occurs because of the winter shipping on Green Bay here. And so that also can really cause a lot of impacts on the ice. Again, it may look just fine, but it maybe an icebreaker went through yesterday and caused some damage to that ice. Check with your local bait shops, follow the news, follow the Coast Guard, because they do publish when they're going to be doing ice breaking.
And then how does ice formation affect fish and wildlife in the area?
It's Wisconsin, it's winter. I'd say they're just pretty used to it. It's just a part of how our seasons go here, right? Is it's one of the 4 we have, and I don't know that I can say that it really impacts any specific animals differently. I think, again, they're in Wisconsin, and it's just part of life here.
That's all I have.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.